Yep. Good evening. Summer has finally arrived. Welcome aboard to another live episode. So say hello to everyone. Good. Very good. Here we are. Yes. I'm going to take this off as well because it's rather hot actually. But these are my two summer hats, by the way. This is my very Marks and Expensive hat. 21 British pounds. Very expensive. Made in China. And this is the paper hat I got years ago on holiday in Spain, and I love this hat, but it's getting a bit grubby because of sweatiness. I don't like sweatiness. Apologies for the lighting, by the way. Lighting is not great at the moment because there's so much sun coming through. I've done everything normal, but yeah, it's just a bit difficult. So let's start with the legal stuff, shall we? My name is Robert. I am not a doctor. I'm here for your fun, entertainment, and health news. And if you'd like some advice, please go and see your GP or your MD or your other healthcare professional, and I'm sure they can help you. In the meantime, stay here, have a bit of fun. I've got a packed show for you. I've gone from not knowing what to do tonight to I think I've put together quite a good show tonight. It's I bet you can't guess it's got a summer vibe to it and a summer theme to it. And talking to summer themes, that tune that you heard at the beginning there, I thought it was quite a chilled tune, just get us into the show nicely, yeah. That was called, I'm pulling it up here, it was called Raindrops by Tracktribe. Yeah, Raindrops. Because Raindrops kept threatening to water my allotment this week, but it just never happened. And I was very disappointed with that. I just wish it had, because it's very difficult, obviously, keeping your allotment, especially when it's at least a 5-minute drive or 15-minute walk away. And the land is so dry. It really is dry. And there's already 15 comments in the comments, and I need to say hello to people. So let's go to the comments and say hello. And then, in fact, before I do that, let me just tell you what we got in the show tonight then. So let me pull up my notes here. So I've told you that I've done the legal declaration. Tonight, we're going to have some health stories, some interactive chat from yourselves, okay? And we're also we're going to be discussing what is natural sun protection, what can we use, okay? Some alternative to sunscreen as well. We've got some tips for you to keep your house cool this summer. And we're going to discuss, I want again, this is very much an interactive show. As Richie Allen says, it's your Richie Allen. It's your health show. So we're going to, it's all very summery tonight. And some of the things I'll be discussing, some health news from the Daily Snail, and we've got I'm going to be very, very careful when I discuss this one. We've got the J&J 3-dart finish jab taken by 19 million Americans is pulled, and they also pulled the article very quickly, but not quick enough for me to see. We've got a side effect warning over powerful antidepressants. Forget pills. The best way to treat chronic pain is exercise. Countries with the tallest men revealed. Yes. And warning that drinking any amount of alcohol may raise your risk of 60 diseases, including, ready, that magic number, 33 that had never been linked to booze before. And of course, lastly, yes, you've asked for it. It's back in demand. It's a little trivia quiz for you right at the end. And of course, we've got the legendary let's get together and have an after chat show for myself and 9 other lucky people that want to join me. Yes, you are lucky people, because the people that go in there are very lucky as well, because they're all lovely people. So I feel very lucky, actually. So there you go. So let me say hello to everyone who's in the chat. Let me bring this down and then go to the comments, because there's loads of comments already. So we're going to have to say hello to people. Hello, hello, hello. And the first person I'm going to say hello to is Miss Blue Sky. Hello. And Sean's in as well. Sean, I looked up where you work. I wouldn't mind visiting that. It looks good. It looks really good. You get some good reviews, don't you? And Rick Hayward's in. Hello, Rick. Kitty's in. Who else is in? Let's have a look. Jimmy's in. Hello, Jim. Sorry I missed your show Saturday. I was too tired. Mascara's in. Hello, Mascara. Hello, Paula. Thank you for all your lovely messages this week, Paula. And the Spanish Chicken is in as well. Amanda's in, and that's it. There we go. And so, yeah, we've got a nice bunch of people in tonight, in the house tonight. Let me see. Is there any messages here that I need to read? Let's have a look. So yeah, I want your summer tips. What are your summer tips for keeping cool? I've got a beach list as well. I've also got some H2O. Mine's distilled. I've got a story for you in a minute about my next guest that I'm going to have on, and how I bumped into them, and it all just turned out. Anyway, bear with. A little bit of lemon, a little bit of lime as well there. So we've got water, and we've also got some ale. We've got to have an ale, haven't we? This was the Morrison Ale on offer tonight is the Marston's Brewery Pedigree Amber Ale at 4.5%. Very nice. Very chilled. Very chilled. A bit like me tonight. I'm quite chilled tonight. I don't know why. Maybe it's the summer. So yeah, I get the sun at the end of the day. I think I've said this before, is that my flat has only got windows one side and it's north facing. So it's a little bit warm. It's a little bit warm in here, and I'm on. So my main rooms, my living, dining room, kitchen area is above some garages, and then my bedroom is up another floor. So I'm like living in the loft, and it's like sleeping in an oven. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a bit like sleeping in an oven. Is the sound all right tonight? Can someone sound all right tonight? Yeah. Let me have a 5x5 from someone, please. If you can just let me know. Let me know how my sound is, please. I'm sure it is okay because no one's moaned about it, but I just want to make sure. Thank you very much, Spanish. There we go. 5x5. You professional Spanish. I'm going to open my beer. What are you drinking tonight? What have you had for dinner tonight? I had a lovely tuna pasta salad, homemade. I also, so I make it with a bit of onion, and I cook my pasta, obviously, a bit of onion and tin of tuna in there. And then I make some fresh salad as well, separate to that, as whatever you want to put in it. Mine had sweet corn, yeah, loads of stuff. Looked really lovely. I think I can show you. Might have a photo here. Let me have a look. Just to bore you and everything. Bear with. I know you love it. There it is. There we go. So let's point that up to the camera. There it is. Look, see? Doesn't that look healthy? Look. See? Pasta. I've got my own homemade salad and my own homemade coleslaw as well. And I do I do the red cabbage and the white cabbage. And that was absolutely delicious. It really was. Filled me up nicely, it did. Filled me up nicely. Let's open my beer because I'm dying for this. This is my Tuesday night treat. There we go. Cheers, everyone. So yeah, what did you have for dinner? Did you see Jimmy's show? Was Jimmy's show good? I think it was a bit of a long haul, wasn't it, Jim? From what I saw, it was 4 hours. So, cheers, everyone. Happy summer. Oh, that's quite nice. That's very nice. Oh, excellent, Sean. So when I come up north, I'll be popping in and having a little chin wag for you. I don't often get up north, but whenever I do, I'll definitely try and make my way. Especially if I know that people have got somewhere specific and they make a big effort, or they've got a club or something. Sean's got a restaurant. Yeah, looks really good. Looks really good. Sean, give it another plug if you want. Tell us all about it if you want again. So what did you have for your dinner? Let me have a look then. What's people been saying? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, Paul has been sending me loads of messages. Paul has been trying to encourage me to do a music quiz, which I'd love to do, but I reminded her that the issue that we've got going on is that getting a strike, and because you haven't got the copyright for it. I think I just need to look into it a bit more. I think you can do 10 seconds or 10% or something like that of a particular tune, and you wouldn't get a strike for it. And I think as long as you list everyone for copyright reasons, you should be absolutely fine. Let's have a look. Cold shower. Rick saying a cold shower. A cold shower is very good. Absolutely, Rick. Yeah. And I was going to say this, Paula. Yeah. An ice of bucket water with your feet stuck in it. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a really good tip as well. How about this one? Olay. Look. Nice. A proper Spanish fan there. I think it's a Spanish one, isn't it? Oh, can you see my hair rolling around there? Look. Yeah, a fan. Fan is always a good one to have. It's a very, people underestimate a fan. But I like Paula's one. Also, there's other tips. I'm going to give you some other tips as well. I'm sure most of you know them. But this is a health show, and we want to share some health ideas and keep everyone cool right now. It's great that summer has finally arrived. Spanish's tip is 8 cans out of the fridge. Yeah. And drink them, and that will keep you nice and cool, Spanish. Let's have a look. What else has been said here? Kitty's eating nothing. She's been fasting again this week. Okay. Spanish, no dinner. San Miguel out of Tesco's fridge. I've got a San Miguel. When I visited my mum this week, I've got a story there as well. When I visited my mum this week, she gave me a San Miguel beer. I said, "What are you doing with San Miguel beer, Mum?" She went, "Well, I like to have a shandy now and then." My mum doesn't talk like that, by the way. That's just for effect. So you don't mix her up with me. She had Amanda's had a chicken stir fry, and it was delicious. Bertie wanted my chicken. Bertie the cat, yeah. Let's have a look. What else is it? Jimmy, it went longer than 4 hours, Rob. But I thought it would be a good idea to cut it a bit short. Yeah, I bet. I try and stick to 2 hours, Jim. 4 hours. Wow. Stand naked in front of a fan, Paula says. Spritz water on you, not the electric area, though. Yeah. There's some silly things going around on social media, isn't there? TikTok of people saying, "Put a wet cloth over your fan," and of course it won't cause an electrical fire or any danger. No, Miss Blue Sky, that wasn't my real voice. No, no. So, yeah, what do I want to tell you? Let's stick with my mum first of all. So, I was so pleased. My nephew from so people know that my sister comes on the show sometimes and watches the show. She's called Mama, and her son Fernando has got a job where he's chauffeuring for someone who's quite well off. Okay, and that's all I'll say. And they travel around different parts of the world, and he's staying just outside London near Windsor at the moment with his boss. And let's put it this way: I think air and air go together. Mm. Because the cars he showed me and the property he showed me were absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I couldn't believe it. Let's just highlight where I am. Okay. And anyway, the fact of the matter is that Fernando came up and he rang me the night before. This was, I forget when it was, but anyway, I think it was Sunday night actually, Sunday night. He rang me and he said, Uncle Robert, he said, I'm coming up. He said, to see Nanny. He said, can you meet me there? So yeah, I said, yeah, I can definitely do that. So we met in the morning, and my mum, I rang my mum up just 10 minutes before we both got there. And I said, Mum, I said, I'm just coming to visit you, like I did with my sister, bit of a surprise. She said, oh, no, you can't come now. No, you can't come now. She said, I'm walking up to Sainsbury's, so you'll have to just sit in the garden and wait. I'm all right, Mum, no problem. It's my mum, love her. So we, Fernando and I met there, and he said, "Come on, let's walk up to Sainsbury's and surprise her." So we walked up to Sainsbury's, and he's going, "Nanny does this walk every day." I said, "Well, at least a couple of times a week." He said, "I can't believe that." My mum's nearly 88, by the way. She's 88 in a couple of weeks, something like that. And so we walked into Sainsbury's, and my mum's pushing her trolley along there. And so we just both walk up to her, and then all of a sudden she looks up and she goes, "Oh, two handsome men." And she was so pleased to see. She was so pleased to see Fernando. Absolutely over the moon. And I've got some photos. Yeah, maybe I'll show you a photo. Share a photo. Why not, indeed? Why not? Look how happy my mum looks. Look. Oh, sorry about that. There you go. Look how happy she looks. Look. And then we'll go the other way as well. There she is as well. There's another one. But yeah, so she was absolutely over the moon to see him, and he stayed for quite a few hours, and we had a lovely time. We really did, caught up loads. It was just fabulous. There's nothing like catching up with family you haven't seen for years, and I haven't seen Fernando for quite a few years, so it was great. It was really great to see him. So that's that story. The other story is that I went to, and I told everyone last week, because I cancelled the show, but for the wrong reasons, because I thought I was going to be at this concert, which was actually on the Wednesday, not the Tuesday, which is what I originally thought. Anyway, I went to see Tunde, and if you don't know who Tunde is the voice of the Lighthouse family, and he's absolutely brilliant, really, really good entertainer. His voice is still just as good as it is now as it was back in the 90s. He did tracks like Ocean Drive, Lifted, absolutely loads of tracks. Anyway, I'm sitting outside, and me, my partner, and two friends were with us, and we were just saying about how, hey Marion, I just saw my sister's in the chat there, so she would just maybe she heard the story there. I was talking about Fernando, Marion, and he's a wonderful lad. He really is a lovely lad. Anyway, so we were sitting there saying we never bump into anyone we know at these concerts. All of a sudden, I look over, and I see, I'm sure Jason. Someone can remind me. I'm sure Jason's had him on. Um, Dave Murphy, allegedly Dave. Jim or anyone or Spanish, have we had Dave Murphy on? I'm sure we have. And allegedly Dave, he's like a free man of the land, that sort of thing. He does a lot. He's done a health book. Um, he's done all sorts of things. He's a real like freedom fighter in terms of like he was against all the three dart finish and stuff like that. And he's actually so what happened was I saw Dave and I walked up and I went, Dave. And I ran up to him and I said, Dave. And he went, whoa, oh, hi, how are you? And he gave me a hug and everything. I said, Dave, I got your book. I said, you won't believe this. I said, I was actually going to ask you onto my channel. I said, I've got a health channel. And I told him, and he couldn't remember. He sort of could remember that he might have met Jason and did an interview with Jason. So someone can actually tell me that. But yeah, anyway, cut a long story short, it was great to meet him. And he agreed to come on the show. We've been messaging each other. He would have done a live. He would have done a live chat tonight, but he's actually doing a talk. He's going around the country at the moment doing talks, and that's the sort of thing that we'll discuss as well. I think I've got a photo. I can actually. There's the allegedly Dave. Look, there it is, and here's his photo. Let me share this with you. Actually, let me come back to the chat. Let me just come back to the chat. Let me share this with you. Present, share screen, window, entire screen. Share, entire screen. Okay, share. And then we do that, and then do that, and there he is. Look, there is the legend, and Dave. Yeah, and I said this is, you know how things are really weird. I only said this saying the other day to my partner. In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. And Dave was wearing that T-shirt, and there he is. But the other weird thing is, I heard Dave say, "Oh, after I saw him, someone was sort of saying to him, oh, you superstar," and he's going, "No, no, no." He goes, "You guys are the superstar." And I looked over, and I thought, I know that person. I'm sure I know that person. And I kept ticking over in my mind, who is this person? Who is it? And then all of a sudden, the penny dropped, right? And when I was chatting to Dave, I said, I messaged him on email, and I said, Dave, I said, that wasn't Phil Fearon from Galaxy, was it? An 80s pop star who did Dancing Tight and What Do I Do If I Want to Get Next to You? What do I do if I want to get next to you? No matter how I try. Anyway, if you know it, you know it. And he answered me back and he went, yeah, it was. I couldn't believe that I got it right. That somehow, and it looked like Phil Fearon, just a lot older. And so he still had the same look and everything, but it was mad. And apparently Phil Fearon and his partner, who was, I think, Baby D of Let Me Be Your Fantasy as well. She was there as well. And they'd invited Dave along for the show as a guest because they've been following Dave for a long time. So it was really, really strange how the whole thing just worked out and everything. So cut a long story. Well, I've done my long story anyway. Dave is going to come on the show. We've just got to organise it. Hopefully it'll be a live show and so we can have some interactive chat going on with live chat, live questions. And Spanish will love this if he doesn't already know, but Dave is a flat earther and he will defend flat earth till the hill. So there we go. I got both those records on 12-inch. There he goes, Spanish. There we go. And you'll love him, Spanish, because he's a flat earther, mate. So there you are. And let's have a look. Let's get back to the chat. Sorry about that. My God, I've been chatting for half an hour about stuff. And the Starfish Troopers podcast is in. Good evening, Pete. Nice to see you. Sorry I caught the show, Pete. I've been a little bit busy. Last night, for example, I was out whilst the show was on, watering my allotment because it does need a lot of watering. Let's have a look then. Pete's in. Let's have a look. And Kendo's in. Good evening, Kendo. Needs her fucking eyes tested, Rob. No, she doesn't need. My mum doesn't need her eyes testing. She loves me, and she recognises handsome men. My sister agree with that anyway. Lovely photo. Thank you, Kitty. Thank you very much. Yeah, good evening, Marion, Mama, my sister. And she's heard that we had a lovely time. Good, excellent. Yeah, and he is great, Spanish. He is great. He's a great talker as well. He really is. Yeah, does anyone remember him being on Jason's show? Was Dave, Jim, was Jason... one thing has created is a whole business of people doing tours of the country, talking crap and selling books. Well, I appreciate that, Jim, but he, I think, give him a chance, mate. It's not about, and also his shows are free, so it's not about money. Yeah, it's not about money, and his book is quite old now, so he's not brought out a new book or anything like that. It's about him trying to bring communities together, like you do on your show, and like I do on this show. It's about bringing people together. So that's what he's doing. So I can understand your, your distrust in him. Yeah, thank you very much, Mascara Snake. Can you please thumbs up the show, everyone? It helps with the, with getting it shared to other people. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel as well. I really would appreciate it. And Lops is in. Good evening, Lops. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us. And there we are. Yeah. So let's do. Let me look at my notes again. Yeah, I'm going to do this story first. Yeah, so this is the one that could get me into trouble, but you know what? I'm gonna sit on the border here, and hopefully everything should be all right. Okay, so I'm using some language. Actually, and just before I do that, I wanted to share something with you as well. I was reading the Daily Snail the other day. I noticed, and I did a screenshot. I noticed how many new drugs are coming out, and I just want to share this with you. Where is it now? Right, let's do entire screen. Let's do share that, and there it is. Look at this. Look, groundbreaking warhead drug means the cure for lung cancer finally been on the horizon. Good news for women with ovarian cancer, which affects 7,000, blah, blah, blah. There's a new drug coming out. Life-saving new drug offers hope to 7,000 Britons a year suffering from dangerous form of heart strain. Hundreds of women could benefit from an ovarian cancer drug, pairing that doubles the chance of remission. And this is ridiculous, isn't it? How many they're actually bringing out. I was quite shocked by that. I really was. I don't know what everyone thinks in the chat. But yeah, I was. It just seems like they're bringing out one new drug after another. And so, talking of drugs, here's a story for you that I wanted to share with you. Let's present, share screen, and share screen. Right then. Okay. So J&J's 3-dart finish jab taken by 19 million Americans is pulled by the FDA after it was paused out of an abundance of caution over rare blood clot concerns, which led to a plummet in demand. It was mired in controversy over health and contamination concerns. A brief pause in 21 after severe blood clots were reported eroded public trust. And then here it says, read more. $2 billion taxpayer dollars have been wasted on unused jabs. $2 billion. I'm sure it's a lot more than that. The FDA has revoked authorization of J&J's 3-dart finish jab after it was paused over red blood clot concerns, which sent demand plummeting. The move was not unexpected because J&J's parent company had requested that federal regulators at the FDA withdraw authorizations for it after it was revealed that the last lot of doses, about 12.5 million, had expired. As one of the 3 jabs over the period, nearly 231 million Americans have received either 1 or 2 doses of the from either P or M. Jab fatigue swept the US, with millions of Americans frustrated by the fact that the shot does not guarantee immunity that the from the thing, but rather protects against severe illness. And all those who have planned on getting fully thinged are believed to have done so by now. With a renewed wave of demand for the single thing, highly unlikely, coupled with a beleaguered history of production hiccups and health concerns that severely eroded public trust, the pharmaceutical company has opted to step away from the thing field. Citing ever-shrinking demand, it would not update formulations of its shot to confront emerging strains better, a step that some other companies took last year to address the devastating other variants. Let's have a look. A fraction of Americans have received the thing jab compared to other jabs approved for use in the US. Nearly 367 million Americans have received the thing, whilst over 232 million have received a dose of something else. Where is it? Less than a month after the thing was granted emergency use authorization from the FDA, it became mired in controversy over a small but growing number of clotting disorders, thrombosis, thrombocytopenia, and that's what people were getting, basically. Let's have a look. Symptoms known as something induced blah, 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 blah. I'm just being very careful here. The agencies performing an investigation into the cases reassess the risk to benefit relation, concluding that they have confidence in the thing, that it's safe and effective in preventing the thing, and that the available data shows that the thing known and potential benefits outweigh its known and potential risk in individuals 18 years and older. Meanwhile, it had been revealed that the company manufacturing plant had inadvertently ruined about 15 million doses after cross-contamination between one thing from one company and the other thing from the UK company. US regulators stripped Emergent responsibility to produce the UK thing and granted J&J full control over manufacturing process of its shots at the Baltimore plants. When it was all said and done, J&J was ordered to toss out 60 million doses of the thing because of contamination concerns. There we go. I'm not going to say any more. So let's stop sharing that. Let's come back to the chat. And what do you all think of that then? So there we go. It's really, I'd be interested to know how many of you knew about that article, because I saw that article. And here's a plug for my Telegram chat, please. All the links are in the show notes that I've posted here, including the links to the all these stories that I'm sharing and the web addresses. I'm getting very efficient. So if you want to click on them and read them yourself, please do so. Hardly anyone talked about it. Hardly anyone, and we all know that there is a lot of people that have. I've discussed how much people have been damaged by these things, that's just, to me, that's another. That's another piece of evidence that's showing. But again, let's keep that quiet. Let's not discuss it. It wasn't in main headlines. It was just a quick story that seemed to disappear very, very quickly don't you think? So let's have a look what people are saying about that, because we are an interactive chat show here. So let's see what people are saying. Let's go back up here. So Spanish is saying Darren Nesbitt would be a great guest, the light paper guy. Yeah, I'm happy to have him on if I can get him on. I think Darren Nesbitt's a great. It's a really good call. I'll try and see if I can get him on. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll do that. Jimmy's saying, "What's the bets that the new drug is remdesivir?" Kitty saying, "It's bad. More drugs." Yeah. She's saying the word, how I normally say it, but I've been told that even that word now, Kitty, is starting to cause highlight and could get you a ban. Miss Blue Sky says, how much testing has been done on any of these new drugs? Just as much as they did on vapes, I bet. And now looks at the warning about those plastics cancer machine. Laugh my arse off. Yep. Yeah, and there was that one that Spanish is reminding us about, Johnson & Johnson, baby powder. Lots of people are suing them because of some people have got cancer from it, allegedly. Rich T is saying hello to everyone. Rich T is saying, hello, everyone. Who was it who said it takes 2 weeks to get over an illness and another 2 to get over the medicine? Yep, you're right, mate. Absolutely. And Kendo is saying, where's the accountability? There isn't any, Kendo, is there? But I think, we'll have our day one day. So, yeah, there you go. It's a bit of a joke. I don't think many people would have seen that story. Cheers, everyone. Let's let's give you another story, and then don't forget, we've got a quiz at the end tonight, and we've also got some tips of how to keep cool this summer. So please get your ideas ready as well. So let's do another. Let's share. Oh no, we don't want to do that. Let's share screen. I'm going to try and fly through these because it's blooming hot tonight, isn't it? Here we go. I'm a nutritionist. These are the foods that work just like miracle weight loss jab, Ozempic. When it comes to avocados, millennials may have actually got it right. I love an avocado. I don't know about you. Excuse me. For the bright green fruit works in the same way as miracle weight loss, Wegovy, according to one expert. So also branded as Ozempic, has ushered in a new era in the war on obesity. The treatment loved by Hollywood spurs weight loss by mimicking the actions of a hormone released in the gut after eating GLP-1. As well as telling the pancreas to make more insulin, the GLP-1 hormone feeds back to the brain and makes us feel full. As a result, this drug can stop users from overeating, but it's not without side effects, with users commonly complaining of nausea, constipation and diarrhea after taking the medication. Dr. Emma Beckett, a senior lecturer in food and science and human nutrition at the University of Newcastle in Australia, mate, said that certain foods can do the same thing without the side effects. Writing in the Conservation, she said, the nutrients that trigger GLP-1 secretion are macronutrients. So you have micronutrients and macronutrients. There is evidence that by choosing foods high in these nutrients can be increased. GLP-1 can be increased. This means a healthy diet high in GLP-1 stimulating nutrients can increase GLP levels. This could be foods with good fats like avocados, nuts, or lean protein sources like eggs. And foods high in fermentable fibers like vegetables and whole grains feed our gut bacteria, which then produce short-chain fatty acids able to trigger GLP-1 secretion. The weight loss drug is already prescribed at lower doses to treat patients with type 2 diabetes under the brand name Ozempic. Patients can get it privately too to help them lose weight. Elon Musk and Jeremy Clarkson have credited him with helping them to shift the pounds. Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian was rumored to have used it rapidly lose 16 pounds to fit into Marilyn Monroe's dress in the 2022 Met Gala. I'm sure you'll want to know that. It has also been known to make foods less appealing, potentially ruining the enjoyment of eating altogether. Wegovy was approved as a weight loss drug in the US in 2021 after clinical trials showed that alongside a diet and exercise regime, it could help a person lose 15% of their weight over 68 weeks. In March this year, NHS watchdog NICE also gave the green light for the weekly jab to be given in the UK for weight loss purposes. It will soon be available for more who have a BMI of 35 or more classification, which means they are morbidly obese. Patients must have at least one weight-related comorbidity, such as type 2 diabetes, to be eligible. Dietary and medication solutions often put the focus on the individual making changes to improve health outcomes, Beckett said. But systematic changes that reduce the pressure and barriers that make healthy eating hard, like shortening work weeks or raising the minimum wage, are much more likely to make a difference, she added. It's also important to remember weight is only one part of the health equation. If you suppress your appetite but maintain a diet high in ultra-processed foods, low in micronutrients, you could lose weight but not increase your actual nourishment. So support to improve dietary choices is needed regardless of medication use or weight loss, the true health improvements. Latest NHS data shows 26% of adults in England are obese and a further 38% are overweight but not obese. 1/3 of Americans are overweight, whilst 4 in 10 are obese. Obesity rates have been on the rise for decades, with experts blaming sedentary lifestyles and unhealthy diets. They're also soaring in children, with a quarter of children in reception classes in England now considered overweight and 1 in 10 obese. A study last month also revealed UK bulging waistline is stripping billions of pounds from the cash-strapped NHS each year, with twice as much spent on obese patients as those on a healthy weight. There we go. That's one of those stories as well. What do you think of that? Let's go back to the chat. Let's see what's been said. Avocado, I never used to like them, but now I love them. Yeah, absolutely. I love avocados. But again, an avocado, you can pay in some shops at least £1 for an avocado. And all right, you might get 2 meals from an avocado, but they're really, really good. But they are a little bit expensive. They are a little bit expensive, aren't they? Amanda, I watched my 16-year-old. Amanda, I watched my 16-year-old sister die of cancer. I understand people's anxiety about drugs, but it's always a risk versus benefit juggle. I know my parents would have tried anything to save her young life. Absolutely, yeah. I think also that people are a lot more aware of the natural choices available. And don't forget, we'll be talking about natural choices. I'm going to be talking about alternatives to sunscreens as well tonight. I want to talk to you about those. Good point, Amanda. Thank you for that. And what else has been said? Okay. Don't forget, I'm doing the quiz later. I know you love it. Okay, so let's should we do something on? Let's have a look. I've got my notes here. Okay, so without looking, just for fun, who knows what SPF stands for? Who knows what SPF stands for? And what it means, SPF, what it means is the amount of time the sunscreen will protect your skin from UV rays. The higher the SPF, the longer the protection will last. So what does SPF stand for? Does anyone know? Answers on a postcard, please. Or in the chat. Would be nice. I'll have a little drink whilst you're discussing it. Yes, Amanda gets it right. Sun protection factor. Absolutely. Yeah. SPF is the sun protection factor and how long it will last. So there we go. I was on the beach actually last week. Had a trip down to Bournemouth, and I was out in the sun for probably a bit too long without putting my t-shirt on. I'm going to be honest with you, and I did get a little bit red. I mean, I was only wearing my my salve, okay, because my salve I know has got things in it that's really, really good. It's got coconut oil, it's got beeswax, and it's got colloidal silver, and so it's definitely got a level of protection, but it doesn't matter what you put on your skin. The best protection is to cover up, really, isn't it? It's going to be, and also put one of these on as well. You know, especially if you're a bit like me, and you're needing some hair on your head to protect you as well. So, what are the alternatives then to sunscreen? So you can use coconut oil, vitamin E oil. Coconut oil helps give your skin a certain suppleness and maintains its overall health. Shea butter does offer some protection against UV rays with an SPF apparently of 3 to 4. Aloe vera also helps you. Avocado, some plant oils, and you can get UPF sun hats. I didn't know that, and also UPF rash guards. So I was thinking, what on earth is a UPF rash guard? And I'll show you what a UPF rash guard is. I've got it here. Not that one. There we are. There we are. Aquatech men's rash vests, long sleeve. Prevent skin irritation and ensure maximum UV protection, UPF 50 plus, with these high quality swim shirts made from premium grade spandex nylon material. Ideal option to use in open waters on hotter days. Swim tops, and it's available in different sizes. And this is like $6.99. So I don't think that's too bad. Well, it's on offer actually. I might even get one of these. Although probably I'll probably look a bit chunky in it. But yeah, you can also get women's stuff as well. And again, I've put the link in the show notes if you want to go and inquire about some of these stuff. Okay, so yeah, there you go. There's the man doing his stuff. Yes, ultraviolet protection. I might get one of these. I quite like them. They look cool, right? Actually. So yeah, that's that. Now, what else was it I was going to show you? Let's just stop sharing that a second. So that's some alternatives. So yeah, you've got some alternatives to sunscreen. I'm sure I've got a website that I saved. Yeah, here we go. So I was going to talk about that. That's right. So here we go. Let's share this with you. Let's come back here and share this with you. Share screen. Okay. So top 7 alternatives to sunscreen. Okay, here we go. 1, coconut oil. Vitamin E in coconut oil gives your skin a certain suppleness and maintains its overall health. As a skin protector, coconut oil aids from inside out. Adding coconut oil to your skin promotes hydration. There is a chemical in coconut oil called lauric acid that protects against UV rays as well. Although we need to share that's only about 20% of them. This is why it is important to consider how much sun exposure you get each day and where you live before relying solely on coconut oil to protect your skin. I love coconut oil. That's my personal favorite. Shea butter does offer some protection against UV rays with an SPF of 3 to 4. It contains antioxidant vitamins A and E, which can defend the skin from free radicals. It hydrates whilst also preventing premature aging. It's also extremely moisturizing and aids in prevention of fine lines and wrinkles. There we go. It's also helpful for dry or chapped skin because it seals in moisture and prevents flaking. Shea butter cannot be used by itself as a sunscreen, but it can be used to moisturize your skin after you've been in the sun. We suggest wearing a UPF or hat, a UPF bathing suit, and a UPF cover-up to provide full protection from the sun. Aloe vera. Aloe vera is effective in treating sunburns, redness, and dry skin. It can block around 20% of UV rays, making it a good option for after sun care. We wouldn't recommend using it over sunscreen. Avocados contain, we're back to avocados again, contain beta carotene, potassium, and folic acid, making them a great fruit with some protective properties. Avocados are high in fatty acids, vitamins A, D, and E. They can help provide relief if you're suffering from sunburnt skin, dry skin, or a rash. This natural sunscreen alternative provides SPF between 4 to 15. So we don't recommend using it instead of sunscreen, blah, 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 blah. It's got plant oils. Although certain plant oils offer some UV protection, they're not viable alternatives to sunscreen. Plant oils may provide a certain amount of protection to the sun, but they're not regulated or controlled by the FDA. Here are some plant oils that offer some protection. And there we go. I'll make it a little bit bigger. We've got raspberry seed oil. Some studies have found that this oil can protect you against UVA and UVB, although not entirely. Cranberry seed oil. Cranberry seed oil is high in vitamin E and contains naturally occurring UV filters, which assist to protect the skin from sun damage. Grapefruit seed extract. Grapefruit seed extract is naturally high in vitamin C, making it great oil to protect irritated skin. Carrot seed oil. Carrot seed oil supposedly offers protection from UV rays. However, in more depth, studies need to be conducted before making this claim even. Carrot seed oil does contain antioxidants that protect your skin from UV damage. Prickly pear seed oil. The flavonoids and vitamin E in this oil can help reduce sunburns and skin irritation. UPF sun hats, well, we've talked about those. UPF rash guards. These are some of the alternatives. And here are some care tips to stay safe. Hydrate your skin, drink lots of water, use a broadband spectrum sunscreen with at least a 30 plus SPF rating. Again, I'm not recommending this. These are suggestions. Invest in a UPF hat to keep your face protective. Use sunscreen regularly, avoid the sun at peak times, and invest in UPF clothing. How do you do? What do you do? What do you do to stop yourself? Do you use sunscreens? Do you put them on and just think this will protect me all day? Now here's my thing about sunscreens. Okay, I think that sunscreens have made a lot of money for a lot of companies, and I mean, my partner she uses sunscreen. Again, she knows that I won't use it, but I mean, one of these things like that, £8. £8. It's not cheap, is it? You know, it really isn't cheap. So how do you protect your skin? Do you use natural stuff or do you rely on the sunscreens? Let's have a look. Where did I put my little marker? Yeah, Amanda said sun protection factor. There we are. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's have a look. Spanish is saying sunscreen is bollocks. There we go. There's another opinion. Yeah. Another poison on the biggest organ on your body. Yeah, remember your skin is the biggest organ in your body. Paula uses coconut oil and lashings of it, and argan oil as well. Excellent. And a huge hat, she says as well. Miss Blue Sky says, please do consider using natural oils for sunscreen like coconut oil or wheat germ oil. Research has been done and does show there is sun protection in these oils. But again, don't overdo it. What the point I was about to make was cancer rates have not gone down. It doesn't matter how much people are using these sun protection screen oils that you buy in the shop. Skin cancer rates haven't gone down. But is that because people are relying on them too much to stay out in the sun as well, and are not using them properly? Personally, I don't want to put chemicals on my body if I can. I try and avoid chemicals altogether. I really do. The Pete says butter. Okay, it's a fat. It's an animal fat. I'm sure. Yeah. And Mascara says big white shirt and a hat in the sun is good. Excellent. Yep. Yep. Lard is not recommended, nor sump oil, says Paula. Ah, dear. Let's have a look. You need the breasted one, Rob. You just love my boobies, don't you? Spanish. I think Spanish is obsessed with my boobies. I really do. Tonight, by the way, I'm wearing my Healthfreedom shirt. There we go. Look. Yeah. Don't forget, get your salve. It might be this side actually. Get your salve. Links are in the. There we go. Look. See. And you can use it as a bit of sun protection as well. There we go. Back again. And I'm back in the room. Peanut butter is good, but not the crunchy variety. Oh, dear. Paula says cow manure works in an emergency. I got some. I got my allotment. I drove past the stables the other day, Paula, and I picked up about 7 bags of horse manure. I'm going to put it. I haven't had a chance to put it on around my plants yet in the allotment, but yeah, I've got some of that. Yeah. See. Yeah. Yeah. See, Spanish. Look, you're making Rob's boobies famous again, chicken. Yeah, exactly. There we go. A very tall man or woman is useful and provides immediate shade. Yeah, I'm going to talk about tall men in a minute. Nah, Kitty, I'm flat-chested. Okay. According to you, Spanish. Let's have a look. What else has been saying? Keep the sun from... Right, Kendo is saying, keep the sun from burning your skin while smelling like barbecue relish. Okay. Kitty's coconut oil with me. Become nocturnal, says Pete. That's his tip. Yeah. You can tell Kendo is one of our mature watchers. What happened to a handkerchief with a knot in each corner? That's a Desert Rats had. Yeah. My dad used to do that, Kendo, as well. I'm not saying that you're like my dad or as old as my dad. For a golden brown and crispy skin, choose butter, says Pete. Yeah, Spanish says, make the most of it, folks. We will be chemtrailed to fuck next few weeks with no sun. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. So, yeah, here's a story for you as well. I'm going to share a story for you. Invite. Oh, no, not. I keep clicking the invite. It's too early for that. My God, it's 5 past. Let me have a drink. Let's have some water. See, I'm mixing it up a bit. And a bit of beer. Cheers, everyone. Share screen. Okay. So Paula just mentioned someone tall there. I'm going to go back to summer. We'll do another one. Where is it? Here we are. Countries with the tallest men revealed, and there's 10 inches difference between the top spot and the last. Okay, how tall are you? I'm 6'3". There we go. So I'm probably on the taller side. My brother, God rest his soul, he was 6'7". He was a bit of a giant. It might be best known for its breathtaking tulips. Oh, we've got Pete coming up here. Fields and iconic windmills. But the Netherlands can also claim another accolade, being home to the tallest men in the world. How tall are you, Pete? Men born in 1996 in the European community measure 182.54 centimetres on average, figures show. That is the equivalent of roughly 6 foot. For comparison, the typical male Brit born in the same year is 177, or around 5'10". And there we go. Look, so here we are. So number one, we've got the tallest countries. Number one is the Netherlands, and then that's followed by Belgium, very close. Then Estonia, then Latvia, then Denmark, Bosnia, Croatia, Serbia, Iceland, weirdly, and Chechnya. Now, why would I say weirdly Iceland? Because I think that maybe, to do with vitamin D and things like that. And Iceland, I wouldn't think they get a lot over there. But then again, I could be wrong. Meanwhile, American men are almost the same height on average, 177.13 centimetres. Height data shared by our World in Data, Oxford University backed platform, is available for 195 countries and involves millions of participants. Results were calculated by dividing the sum of total heights by the male population. Sharing their results, the Our World in Data team wrote, "Poor nutrition and illness in childhood limit human growth. As a consequence, average height of a population is strongly correlated with living standards in a population." Oh, so Iceland, that's why maybe. This makes the study of height relevant for historians who want to understand the history of living conditions. But height can't be used as a direct measure of well-being. Researchers believe that individuals' height is largely determined by genetic factors, following the Netherlands, Belgium, Estonia, blah, 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 of the tallest man. At the other end of the scale, East Timor, or Timor, whichever way you want to hear it, is home to the smallest men, who measure 5'2" on average. It was followed by Yemen, Laos, Madagascar, and Malawi. According to Guinness World Records, the world's tallest man to have ever lived was Robert Wadlow, who was 8'11" in 1940. The world's shortest man still alive today is Afshin Gadazara, who is 2 foot 2 inches. He's a midget, isn't he? Yeah, he's a midget. I actually believe that we used to have giants. I really do. That's just me. I think we used to live in a world of giants. My brother was definitely a giant. My mum's only 5'4", 5'3", something like that. But my dad was a 6 foot man. Yeah. So how tall are you? Let's have a look. So the snake is 6'1". Thanks for participating, Mascara. How tall are you, Spanish? Come on. I know you're obsessed with me. And what about Pete? Pete, are you still in the chat, or are you buggered off? Have I bored you to silly? How tall are you, Pete? Okay, so there's not been not much said about the tall men. Should we? Let's do Jimmy Hagen is or Hagen, should I say? I'm 5'10". Rich T is 5'11". Um, Spanish is 5'10". How tall are you, Kendo? Rick's 5'8". There we go. So we're all I think we're all above average. And Spanish is I've shrunk in old age. Your missus told me you shrunk in other places as well. There we go. Let's do. Should we do? Should we do an? Let's do another story, and then I'm going to do some more stuff about the sun and healthy ways to stay healthy in the sun and stuff. And give me your ideas. Oh, before I forget, this is my latest supplement I'm taking. This is called NAD Plus. Yeah. So, what's NAD? NAD is an essential cofactor of key enzymes responsible for longevity genes called sirtuins. Whilst resveratrol is well known for sertraline activation, together with NAD plus and resveratrol work synergistically to activate sirtuins that repair damaged DNA, reduce inflammation, and promote healthy aging. Our liposomal, which means very tiny process, encapsulates and delivers NAD plus and resveratrol intercellularly in its complete form, where it can be absorbed and utilized rather than being denatured in the stomach. So there we go. Not that I'm recommending it, I'm just sharing it with you. But that's my latest supplement that I got. And yeah, I'm also still doing the boron. And Paula, I will get back to you about that. I'm still doing the boron. I'm now 3 weeks into the boron, and I'm fine. I'm fine. The boron hasn't done anything to me. So yeah. I don't know. Is it relieving pain? Maybe. I still think we've got to do a little bit longer, but yeah. So let's share the screen again. Let's have a look. So here's another story for you. So forget pills. The best way to treat chronic pain is with exercise. People who live with long-term, near constant pain tend to have one thing in common. They want to retain hope that something somewhere will relieve their suffering. But all too often, hope is the one thing they can't find. Many people who are living with pain have repeatedly been tried on medication after medication and become stuck in a cycle of expectation followed by crushing disappointment when yet another drug fails to deliver. In many cases, the medication may even make things worse owing to side effects such as fatigue, brain fog, or weight gain. This cycle can go on for decades. One woman whose case I reviewed had accumulated 560 clinic letters on her notes, many of them with the various doses and types of medication she had been tried on, all of them to no avail. In fact, every new bit of evidence is unearthed by research in recent years into chronic pain, defined as pain that lasts 12 weeks or more, and its various treatments confirms how disappointing medicines are for treating it. So last month, news that a review by a group of leading UK scientists found that little evidence to support using antidepressants to treat chronic pain, such as should surprise no one. Antidepressants have been prescribed for chronic pain for decades in the belief that they had distinct action on pain, quite different from the effect they have on mood. Last year, around 10 million prescriptions were issued for the antidepressant amitriptyline in England at the dose used for pain. But in May, the respected Cochrane research body announced it could find no reliable evidence to support the use of antidepressants for chronic pain. What's more, in 2015, an Australian study found that paracetamol doesn't work for chronic pain either, and the same has been found of stronger medications, including opioids, codeine, morphine, and fentanyl. And we all know about fentanyl. There's a terrible outbreak of addiction in America, and gabapentin, an anticonvulsant for epilepsy that has lower doses is commonly prescribed as a painkiller. All have been used for chronic pain for years, but if we examine them with contemporary rigor for evidence they work, it just isn't there. Which is bad news for 15 million people in the UK of all ages and backgrounds living with chronic pain caused by anything from arthritis to fibromyalgia, which causes body-wide pain. In fact, the list of drugs for which there is good evidence that they will help most people with chronic pain is now dwindled to essentially nothing. Generally speaking, pain medications are designed to interrupt the signals sent via the nerves from an injured party of your body to your brain. The idea is this medication bars the way of most of the signals, so the pain can't register in the brain, or the pain does register. The pain that does register is minimized. In the case of acute pain, shorter-term pain, for example, following an injury or operation, the severity usually correlates to the size of the injury or wound. Chronic pain is different. In some cases, there is no injury and maybe no obvious trigger. Even if there is no obvious injury or joint damage, say because of arthritis, this may have little relation to the severity of the pain. That's because with chronic pain, other factors can make a massive difference. For example, depression, grief, anxieties about debt or family can all influence your brain chemistry, exacerbating sensations of pain. This explains why a painkiller is only going to have at best limited benefit in your perception of pain. I was the clinical lead for the pain guidelines published in 2021 by NICE, a body that examines the effectiveness of treatments on behalf of the NHS. Our view was that although antidepressants might be worth prescribing, doctors need to consider the uncertainties surrounding their effectiveness. That's not to say they won't work for anyone, but they were more likely not to work than to help. This applies to pretty much every medication used for chronic pain too. So what's the answer? In fact, there's one thing that NICE says does have a good evidence for treating chronic pain and should be recommended to all patients, and that is exercise. Last month, a study of 10,000 people by scientists at the University Hospital of North Norway, published in the journal PLOS One, found that even light exercise can improve pain tolerance. Not only does it offer many health benefits, but for people with chronic pain, it also appears to improve their pain and their quality of life. But it can sound uncaring if a doctor tells a patient who comes in with them in agony, start doing more exercises. Some doctors report prescribing painkillers to desperate patients because they don't want to seem unsympathetic, even though they know it probably won't help much. But we need to change this mindset that medication can cure all and make exercise a feasible option, even to older patients who may feel it's unachievable. In Gloucestershire, where I live, we're running a pilot scheme of joint venture between the local health board and Active Gloucestershire to formulate the best approach to chronic pain. As part of the scheme, exercise instructors are running group sessions for patients of all ages with chronic pain, however much pain they are currently in and however immobile they may be. And it goes on to say what they do. And it says the scheme is cost effective too. A program of 10 group sessions with an exercise instructor costs £85 per patient, compared with an outpatient appointment with a consultant, which costs the NHS around £200. More importantly, the results have been spectacular. We put more than 100 patients through the program, and early results from a sample of those published in the British Journal of General Practice showed that although the aim was to improve their quality of life and function, which it did for many, it also actually reduced their pain. And it goes on to say this will help people lead fuller, happier lives more than any pills would, and it won't come with any side effects. My mum, who's 88 nearly, she walks, as I said, to Sainsbury's every day, and it's a good 10-minute walk for her and back again. So she's doing She's doing 20 minutes, and she does really, really well, really well. And she's got spondylitis, and she takes painkillers. But I've always thought this. I used to have really chronic back pain, and I went to see uh, a pain specialist, and the best thing they recommended for me was to do some stretches on the floor to actually improve the strength in my back. Because of being a tall man, and I used to lift pianos for a living, I did a lot of damage to my muscles and my back when I was younger. So it's worth doing. It's worth investing. How do you cope with pain? And again, a little plug for pain relief, not just exercise, but my stuff actually does help with pain relief. There's a lot of people that have used it, and a lot of people would recommend it. So if you want some, the link's in the show notes. So please click on the go to the website healthfreedom.co.uk. Healthfreedom.co.uk. Not surprised, Rob, with those moves. Oh, he's obsessed with them, isn't he? Your missus told me Spanish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We haven't seen Dinny for a while, have we? Oh, he can't be bothered. This is an interesting. Kitty saying affirmations are good too. Is good too. Yeah, absolutely. And Paula says, looking in the mirror, reminding yourself you're lucky to still be here. Absolutely. And one thing I would definitely recommend, I'm a big supplement man. I have to say that taking the magnesium oil tablets, doing the borax as well, and vitamin C, because vitamin C is also a pain reliever. It's made a massive difference in my life. It really, and of course that stuff as well. It really has. I would say that my pain level used to be quite high at one point. I'd say every day I was dealing with, like, they say, what's your pain level, 1 to 10? I would say every day I was dealing with pain of sometimes between 6 and 7, and I can honestly say that I'm up to maybe 2 now, if that, and that's through taking magnesium oil, vitamin C, vitamin D as well. I think that can make a difference. So there's lots of stuff that you can take. And Amanda says chronic pain, coping with chronic pain is as much a mental battle as a physical one. And I think that leads then on to, and it's a really good point, that also leads on to what Kitty said, and that is that, making affirmations, looking in the mirror and telling yourself that you can do it. Looking in that mirror and telling you, and again, set yourself targets. Don't overdo it. Like if you're going to start exercising, exercise gently. Start with gentle exercise. The more exercise you do, it would appear, the less likely you're going to be in pain. What else has been said here? Let's have a look. Friends help when your vibe is low, says Paula. Very good. Yeah. Like here we are a community, and we all talk to each other and share ideas. So what's your idea for dealing with pain as well? People have been putting them in the chat. Paula says pain can be managed until it suddenly changes. It's exhausting. Some folks talk stuff they don't know. Yeah, absolutely. And Kitty is reminding everyone, please don't forget to hit the like button, please. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. Talking to subscribers, I'm up to about 255 or something like that. So we're slowly creeping up. Witch hazel is good for bruising, and not sure for the rest. Paula, what was that? Comfrey. I think it's comfrey, isn't it? That's also good for pain as well. If you get comfrey salve, you can make comfrey very, very easy. If you look it up, you can make a comfrey salve as well. Get on with your life and stop waiting for a miracle. Yeah, absolutely. I like this one. Don't hope, cope. Yep, absolutely. Jimmy says the only supplements I take are the B complexes, which are abundant in beer. And on that note, cheers. um, right, let's do. Should we? Let's do. Let's come back to. Let's do some more. What have I got here? Remember. What did I do? Oh yeah. So I want to talk to you. So I went to the beach the other day. Went down to Bournemouth. So I thought, now what would you? What's the best thing to do if you go to a beach? Right, you want a beach packing list, don't you? So I thought I'd just share a beach packing list with you. And if you've got if there's stuff on here that you don't, I mean, obviously it's not going to be for everyone, but it's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's a bit of fun. Excuse me. Share screen. So the ultimate beach packing list. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Planning a trip to the beach, use our beach packing list, complete with over 50 items to make sure you pack everything you need for a fun, safe, and memorable day out, no matter where you are going or who you're with. So look, they've even got a little list here as well that you can download. Must-haves: 1, a beach bag; 2, swimwear; 3, sunscreen; 4, after sun; 5, lip balm with SPF; 6, sunglasses. Now I'm going to dispute I'm not sure about sunglasses. Now my glasses have got protection on them. Okay, they've got an anti-glare protection, but I think your eyes do need the sun. And I think the problem with sunglasses is it can fool you into keeping your eyes open, which could possibly maybe damage your eyes. The jury's out. Personally, I like to see the world as I possibly can in its natural colours and stuff. Wear a hat. Yes, here we go. Here's my very expensive Marks and expensive hat. There we go. These are my favourite hats. Yeah, there we go. And a beach towel. Don't forget a beach towel. A sandproof beach mat. Flip flops. I bloody hate flip flops. I'd rather wear the shoes that you go into the sea with. A waterproof bag or portable safe. Now, actually, do they do the shoes? I wonder if they say that. A sunshade, absolutely. What about a windbreaker? Hand sanitizer, antibacterial wipes, swimwear cover up, the rash guard shirt, which we were talking about. Oh, there we go. Water shoes even. These are a must if you're visiting pebble beaches, cliffs, various rock formations, or natural pools. Waterproof action camera, a portable battery, a waterproof phone bag, a waterproof speaker, headphones, food and drink. Yeah, when we went, we had food and drink. We visited Aldi just beforehand, and we got loads of stuff. We got loads of sushi and stuff. It was delicious, absolutely delicious. And take along a cool bag as well with ice in it. Drinks cooler with ice. There you go. Utensils, cups, insulated stainless steel glasses, napkins, sand coasters. What are sand coasters? You've probably been in the situation where you're drinking a glass of water or juice on the beach and you don't know where to place your glass to keep it from falling. Sand coasters are a great invention just for these moments. Or put it in your seat, in the seat that you're sitting on, your beach seat. Foldable beach table. Inflatable boat. Oh, I love my rubber dinghy. Inflatable kayak. A paddleboard. Volleyball. My God, we're going to have a busy day on this beach, aren't we? Beach paddles. Book or Kindle. Games. Snorkeling gear. Water toys. Sandcastle kit. Arm floaters and donut-shaped floaty. I love a donut-shaped floaty. A kite. I do like a kite, actually. I really love a kite. Let's go fly a kite. La, 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 la. Frisbee, flying discs. Garbage bin bag. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had loads of garbage, and we didn't bring a bin bag. This is a good list. I like this. Insect repellent spray, a hairbrush. Yeah, I forgot to bring my hairbrush. Beach chairs, as I was saying, a beach blanket. A beach blanket is a great idea for colder days. Yeah, absolutely. Medication. Yeah, if you're in a bit of emergency, you need some medication, and maybe a journal. Journaling can be a great practice to pass time, record your memories, or simply reflect on what you are grateful for. Why not pack a journal and a pen and take some time at the beach to write down your thoughts? And there we go. If you want, and there we go. You can download it here. Your free beach packing list printable here. There we go. You see, I've done everything for you. Yeah. I spoil you. I spoil you. You see? My goodness. So there we go. So where were we? We were with Jimmy and his supplements. Oh yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button. We said that. Said that. Let's have a look. Lops is 6'4". Lops is 1 inch bigger than me. Tall man. Lops. There's some chat going on between people here. Kendo says, I look in the mirror and I see Adonis after the mud flood. And Jimmy makes a good point here. Why is everyone afraid of the bloody sun? When I go to the beach, I need beer, more beer, and some more beer for after the munchies. I love the sun, Jim. I'm with you. As long as you don't stay out in it too long, I think. I mean, I did 2 hours the other day. I did go a bit red. Have I peeled? Nope. My partner thought I was going to peel. I'm absolutely fine. I put my salve on after. Another plug there. Salve. Get your salve. Healthfreedom.co.uk. Yeah, it's been absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Man says, I need a huge car for everything I take. Yep. Be grateful you can see a reflection. You are awesome as you are. Thank you, Paula. Nice one there. Nice affirmation there. Miss Blue Sky says, 50 items is a bit much, hello. Just carry a few essentials and just get out there and enjoy. Absolutely. I mean, that's only essential, isn't it? If there's a lot of you maybe going and things like that you feel you need that, you need that many items. And the one thing it didn't say there, you ready? And it was windbreakers and a hammer to knock in your windbreaker. And that's what I always take, because when I went to the beach the other day, the wind was very strong. It was 14 miles an hour, so strong that you couldn't get in the sea, in actual fact. So you do need you do sometimes need a windbreaker if you're going on your own. And if you go further up the beach, it's not so windy. But if you go nearer the sea, it's normally a lot. The wind is a lot worse than when you're closer to the sea, isn't it? So watch out for that wind. Rich T makes a good one here. A pair of mini binoculars are quite handy on the beach sometimes. Yeah, I like that, Rich. That's a really good one. To look at the birds. The ones in bikinis. I'm only joking. Joke. It's a joke. Calm down, everyone. Yeah, there we go. Mini binoculars. What else is being said? A cuddly toy, says Mascara Snake. Yeah. A conveyor belt. Water shoes are useful, says Jim. If walking in water where there are sea urchins, you really don't want to step on those feckers. Yeah, when my stepson, Jim, he stepped on a starfish, and I had to carry him up the cliff back and we had to go to the hospital because he got stung pretty badly. Tried everything, but he was in too much pain. I mean, I wouldn't take him to hospital now. I wouldn't do anything like that. You get over it eventually, don't you? But yeah, sea shoes are a really good idea. And where's Chris tonight? Chris, where are you? And hello to everyone that's watching the replay. The time here is 9:33, and we're having a great time. There's at least 12 people watching this wonderful show, so thank you for watching, and thank you for sticking with the show. And I hope you're enjoying it. And Tony's here. Hello, Tony. A quick hello to Robert, SP Kendo, Paula, Jim et al. Sorry, I'm missing the chat. I'm at my brother's, but we'll try to make the after show. Stay happy, guys. God bless. And don't forget, if you some other shows to watch, you've got Steve to Goose on a Thursday. You've got Pete and Cookie on Mondays and Wednesdays as well. A fondue set, says Rich T. Yeah. A Bing bag is essential, says Mascara. People saying hello. I don't think so, Amanda. Robert, you sound like Steve Wright again. No. Sean says an alternative to sunscreen is a shirt. I did put my shirt on actually after 2 hours, and I was under the brolly as well. And and I'm glad I did, because it was very sensible, because it was very hot. And the one thing about the beach, when you're on a beach and it's windy, because even though we had the windbreakers up, it's very deceiving, isn't it? You know, the sun can be really, really deceiving. It was about 25 degrees on Bournemouth. I mean, inland it was hotter, so it really can be very, very deceiving. Let's have a look. A little chat going on with Tony there. Jim's educating us there. Sea urchins are different than a sting, Rob. They have spines which break off when they enter your skin and very hard to get out. Impossible, I would add, from experience. Okay, thanks for that, Jim. Paula says she's feel very blessed to live so close to the beach. Mentally, it can be challenging. I'd sooner be outright by a beach than in a car or indoors. Absolutely, Paula. Yeah. So there we go. Let me go back to my notes now. So what else have I got? What about foods? What foods would you want to take to a beach as well? You know, I mean, obviously the sand is a difficult thing. I said to you, we took some picky things, you know, like little bits of chicken on sticks and stuff like that. It's not always going to be the healthiest, but the sushi was very healthy. So yeah, what foods do you want to eat when you go to the beach? You know, and let's have a look. Okay, we're doing all right. I can do another story. I'm not going to go to. Let me come back to this. I'm going to do another story. Let's present. Share screen. I've done that one. I've done that one. And here's another one about this. No, I'll do that in a minute. I've got another one about weather as well. How to keep your house cool this summer. So here's another story from the Daily Snail. And this is about antidepressants. I thought this was an important one to share with you. Okay, but I won't read the whole story because I think it's quite long. So let's just do that. Let's just turn that one like that. Okay, so side effects warning over powerful antidepressants, which was linked, remember, to the pain relief taken by millions. SSRIs, serotonin reuptakes, can destroy sex lives even years after patients stop taking them. prompting one leading psychiatrist to say, "Don't go anywhere near them." Experts are worried about more and more Brits taking sex-dampening pills. So here we are. Oh, that was. Let's just come back to that. There we go. Depending on who you ask, sertraline will either save your life or morph you into something resembling a sexless zombie. And it's precisely that side effect sparking alarm among psychiatrists. In fact, men battling premature ejaculations are now even getting the powerful antidepressant taking advantage of the libido killer in pursuit of lasting longer in bed. Some professor, a world-renowned voice in her field, wants the medical community to urgently rethink how selective serotonin reuptakes, such as sertraline, are dished out due to its consequential effects on sex lives of millions. Concern is growing that an overdependence on these to treat depression may leave some users low on libido, even years after they stop taking the daily pills. Sertraline was recently thrust into the spotlight by singer Lewis Capaldi, who said he struggled to get an erection while on the libido dampening medication. Bit too much information, Lewis. In online forums, some former antidepressant users shared heartbreaking stories about how the loss of their sex lives, even years after they stopped taking the medication, had left them feeling suicidal. Oh, Jesus, this is awful. Explaining her point extremely bluntly, Professor Moncrief told the Mail, people should think hard before they go anywhere near them. I like what she said there. Think hard. Brits with mental health problems are increasingly being prescribed the drug, which works by altering the brain's internal chemistry to help them function in their day-to-day lives. Official data show that over 2 million Brits have taken them over the past 5 years. The drug, branded as Lustral, was recently thrust into the spotlight by Lewis Capaldi. In the Beryl Neffex documentary, he spoke about taking it to help treat his anxiety and grimly commented on the knock-on effect it had had on its sexual health. They're not really doing anything except I can't get a fucking hard-on to save my life, he said. TikTok users have also flooded the social media platform with their own tales of libido evaporating or being left emotionally numb whilst on the medication. Others shared jokes about how they had to come off it with the price of having given up physical pleasure too much to pay. However, other people who have used sertraline have described it as quite literal lifesaver. Jane Hoskin from Southampton wrote on Twitter about her experience of sertraline. I'll take this chance to say that SSRI saved my life 25 years ago, and they might have saved my 20s if they'd been available to me sooner. Happy to be on them forever. The NHS lists loss of libido as a common side effect and warns that although problems should improve over time, they can stubbornly persist. A lack of loss of sex drive from the drugs takes different forms of men and women. Men can suffer problems maintaining an erection, whereas women can get vaginal dryness. Both sexes describe genital numbness. SSRI's libido dampening effects are so powerful that the drugs, including sertraline, have even been trialled on sex offenders in the past to help curb their urges. October last year, the Mail on Sunday was contacted by Brits who had taken SSRIs and experienced sexual problems both whilst taking them, and more worryingly, after they had stopped. They prescribe experiencing the genital numbness or anorgasmia, or difficulty in reaching orgasm. If climax did occur, it generally was weak or without pleasure, users claimed. One woman even described it as being akin to being chemically castrated. Former users are also sharing their experience online chat rooms, dubbing it post-sexual dysfunction, with some former patients ironically describing how the problem has now left them feeling suicidal. One on the Our Bodies, Ourselves Today website, who said she has been living with the condition for 3 years, said, "It's so frustrating that sometimes I'm suicidal and have lost all excitement when it comes to sex. Please, can anyone help me? I'm tired of living like this." This is awful, absolutely dreadful. Let's have a look. Let's just go on to see. It's just given some stats here. And it's saying about how many prescriptions have been dished out. Research suggests that more than half of patients on the drugs experience some form of reduction in genital sensitivity or emotional numbing, he said. Yet more concerning is that an estimated 1 in 200 these side effects persisted even after they stopped taking the drugs, with no end in sight. It's a very good reason for not taking them. And there we go. There's some pictures with hashtags, antidepressants, hashtag withdrawal, hashtag PSSD. 15 years ago, I was chemically castrated. No one cares. This is awful, isn't it? Just imagine you are a young person going with a difficult stage in life. You probably weren't very sure whether to take antidepressants or not, but you thought it was the right thing to do because your doctor said so. You were told by your doctor, but not warned about the long-term complications. Oh, those long-term complications. We all know about those. And then you realize you've destroyed sexual identity, possibly for the rest of your life. How devastating is that? The Professor Moncrief also warned that there was no reason why men taking the drug as a PE treatment would be immune to the potential risks either. On the whole, antidepressants use have been booming in Britain in recent years, particularly among young people. 1 in 6 people in England took antidepressants in 2021-22, a 5% rise in 1 year earlier. Well, again, why would people be on antidepressants? Maybe the lockdown put them on antidepressants. Uptake soared in recent years, despite growing unease amongst experts about the effectiveness of the drugs in treating depression. It's going on and on and on. And sexual side effects, especially ejaculation failure, are a recognized side effect of antidepressants. However, he added the depression itself can affect libido itself. So it was important that clinicians also consider that possibility rather than just attribute it to medication. There we go. What do you think of that, everyone? I think it's awful. I mean, it's the irony here, the oxymoronic thing that's going on here is that you're trying to treat someone for depression, and you give them a drug that says, "Go away, fly." You give them a drug that's meant to treat their depression, and then but you don't warn them that how it might affect them in the long term in terms of their libido and things like that. And, all right, if you're not very sexually active, or you don't think you're going to be in the future, or that it's not something that bothers you, that I think that's not the issue here. The issue here is that doctors need to give people the full information about the dangers of taking these types of drugs. And I've said before as well, and I'll say it again. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, Robert. There are alternatives to antidepressant drugs. Yes, please take medical advice, but also look into things like B vitamins. Look into B3, niacinamide. Niacinamide in natural medicine has been known to really, really effectively help treat people. High doses of niacinamide. Now, there's B3 is called niacin, but niacinamide, but if you take niacin, it can give you a bit of a flush. But if you take niacinamide, it's without the flush. So niacinamide is something that I would recommend that people, if you're a bit depressed, is to take, look into that. Look into niacinamide. It would really help you. Let's look at some of these comments that are coming in here. Let's just have a look. Tony says, I was on them for 6 months. I felt out of step with myself, like a step behind, and was emotionless drone. Oh, sorry to hear that, Tony. And he says that it changes the brain chemistry. Absolutely. Jim says, I would take a few tasty birds to the beach. Yum, yum. I bet you would, Jimmy. Side effects, suicidal thoughts. Fucking hell, yet doctors still push them. Absolutely, Tony. And celery. No, he's saying to Spanish about celery. So I don't know why he's saying that. Let's have a look. People saying they wish they'd lived near the beach pooler. I know celery is very good for lowering the blood pressure there. Emotionally flatlined. Microdosing mushrooms are showing better results and fewer side effects. Yep, I'm taking lion's mane mushroom, and I'm feeling pretty good. I have to say, that's another one of my things that I'm taking. I think I might do that on the next episode. I might discuss that. I'm not doing an episode next week. I'm away next week. I'm on holiday, so I'm going to take a break. So I'll be back in 2 weeks, just to let you know. I done the ESA crap, not for your head problems, was part of the drug world. Lost the ability to ejaculate and quickly learned the benefits of not going near that shit. Well done, Jim. Okay, so let's do. We've got the quiz coming up. We're going to do the quiz soon, very soon. Let's also do another thing to do with summer, shall we? Last thing to do with summer. Let's have a look. We've done the ultimate. Oh yes, I've got those as well to do. Go away, fly. So here we go. 10 tips to keep you and your house cool this summer. Okay, there we go. See, I think of you. Close your blinds. I do this. Keep your blinds closed, especially on north and west facing windows, to significantly cool your home. Better yet, invest in some block out curtains to shield your home from the harsh summer sun. Block the heat. Stopping heat getting into your house in the first place means spending less on cooling. Shade windows and walls using external coverings like blinds, awnings, or large potted plants. Plant deciduous trees that cast shade over your home in the summer. Just 1% more. If you must use an air conditioner, set the thermostat to between 24 and 27, or as high as you feel comfortable with. Increasing your thermostat by 1% in warm weather can reduce the running cost of your appliance by about 10%. Adjust ceiling fans, close doors and seal gaps. Close doors to rooms you aren't using to keep cool air where you need it most. Seal gaps. Hang out in the evening. Closing your windows and staying inside may be a great idea during the day, but when it gets cooler in the evening, you may want to open your house up to cool your home naturally. Just make sure you lock up overnight. Chill out, not chill on. Sip icy cold drinks. Apply a damp cloth to your neck and other pressure points on your body, or have a cold shower to cool your body without needing to switch on the air conditioning. Hack a fan, no aircon, no worries. A cleverly positioned bowl of ice is all you need to turn into a fan into a cold mist machine. Place a shallow bowl or pan of ice in front of a fan for an icy cold breeze that won't break the bank. Choose cotton. Here's my organic cotton. Cotton fabrics are super breathable and help cool your body. Wear light, loose clothing made of breathable fabrics like cotton, and fit your bed with cotton sheets. Change your light bulbs. If you're having trouble cooling your home and can't work out why, incandescent light bulbs might be to blame. These light bulbs were phased out in Australia years ago, but many homes still use them. They produce a lot of heat. Well, I'm going to disagree with this last one because it's trying to tell you to go to the energy saving ones. I use incandescent bulbs. They're 6 watts, and I don't think that they're bad at all. I think they're a lot better for your eyes as well. So there you go. I'm going to stop sharing that. That's everything to do with summer. And now we're going to have a similar quiz to what we had a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to let's have a look. Where is the ultimate? That's that. That's that. Where is it? I've got to find it. Top tens. Where is it? Where have I put it? Bear with me. Talk among yourselves. I might have shut it actually. 10 tips. Okay, but it's all right because I know where I find it because I've got it in my bookmarks. So here we go. Let's go down. The ultimate trivia. Here we go. Good. Okay. So we're going to play the free online trivia quiz. Okay. And today I have chosen for the subject food and drink. Yep. So today we're going to do food and drink. Okay. So let's share the screen. I'll come back to you. Let's present and share the screen. Here we go. So remember, answers on a postcard or in the chat. Okay, it's just for fun. Try not to look it up. Try and have a good guess what you think the answer might be. If you don't know, just guess. You get 4 choices. You'll see what I mean in a second. Okay. So let's share the screen. There we go. And then I'll be back in to see your answers. So here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Food. What does doner kebab mean in Turkish? What does doner kebab mean in Turkish? Is it spicy meat, beef wrap, turning roast, or meat stick? Come on now. What does doner kebab mean in Turkish? You get 4 choices. Come on, you get one chance. So Peter said C, turning roast. Okay. Spanish says meat. Yeah. Tony says roadkill. Come on. Answers on a postcard now. Mascara Snake says spicy meat. Meat stick says rich. Kendo says meat stick. Tony says dead cats. Oh, Jimmy, how's your cat? We want to know. Lop says C, which is turning meat. Okay, so I'll go. Let's have a look then. So here we go. We're going to go to the answer, which is we're going to click on A first. Is it spicy meat? No. Is it beef wrap? No. Is it turning roast? Day. Dates grow on which of these trees? Is it an oak tree, a spruce, a lacquer, or a palm? Dates grow on which of these trees? A, an oak tree, B, a spruce, C, lacquer, or D, palm. Which do dates grow on? Oak, spruce, lacquer, or palm? Rich T says, so we've got Kitty saying, Tony is saying C, Mascara Snake saying palm oil, Spanish saying D. Oh, so we got some mixed up ones here. A lot of people saying D. Let's have a look. Jimmy saying lacquer. Oh, okay. Yeah, D. So D seems to be the favorite. Let's have a look. Back to it. Where am I? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Is it an oak? No. Is it a spruce? No. Is it a lacquer? No, it's not. It's a palm. There you go. The wine Chianti Classico comes from which area of Italy? Is it Tuscany? Is it the Adriatic coast? Is it Umbria? Or is it Clic Terra? The wine Chianti Classico comes from which area of Italy? A, B, C, or D? A, Tuscany, B, Adriatic coast, C, Umbria, or D, Clinic Terra? answers on a postcard, mate, or put them in the chat. Let's have a look what people are saying. Let's have a look. Okay, so Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Okay, sorry to hear that, man. Kitty is saying, so Tony is saying Tuscany. So that's A. Kitty's saying A. Amanda's saying A. There seems to be a lot of A's going on here. And Rick is saying C. Okay, so let's have a look. A bit distracted by Jimmy's news. Sorry to hear that, Jimmy. Really sad news about poor Marley. So is it Tuscany? It's Tuscany. It was Tuscany. Okay, so number 4. What is the main ingredient of the hangover cure known as prairie oyster? Is it A, oysters? Is it B, brandy? Is it B, bread? Or is it D, raw egg? What is the main ingredient of the hangover cure known as prairie oyster? Is it A, B, C, or D? A, oysters, B, brandy, B, bread, or C, or D, raw egg, rather. If I said that wrong, I apologize. Kendo is saying D. Lops is saying D. Rich is saying D. Rick is saying D. Okay. Let's have a look then. Let's go back and let's have a look. Let's do that. Is it A, oysters? No. Is it B, brandy? No. Is it C, bread? No. You were right. It's the raw egg. Okay, so question 5. Which of the following ingredients does Worcestershire sauce contain? Or Worcester sauce even? Or as the American says, Worcestershire? You like that Worcestershire sauce? Is it A, oysters, B, anchovies, C, prawns? I know the answer to this. D, sardines. Which of the following ingredients does Worcester sauce contain? Is it A, oysters, B, anchovies, C, prawns, or D, sardines? Let's have a look. Let's go back to the chat. Paul is saying B. Lops is saying B. Starfish says B. Kitty says A. Paula says B. Lops says B. Amanda says B. Tony says B. And I think the B's have it, if I'm honest with you. Let's click here. Is it oysters? No. Is it sardines? No. Is it prawns? No. It's anchovies. There we go. We were right, weren't we? And number 6, which sauce is traditionally served with turkey? Is it A, horseradish, B, barbecue, C, mint, or D, cranberry? This is an easy one. Come on, everyone should get this. Which sauce is traditionally served with turkey? Horseradish, barbecue, mint, or cranberry? Here we go. I think it's fairly easy. Yep, mascara, Manda's saying D. Spanish is saying D. Kitty saying C. I think you got that one wrong, Kitty. Oh, D. Oh, right. You're saying D. No, okay. Make up your mind now. Yeah, Tony says cranberry. Kendo says cranberry. I think we all know that the answer is going to be cranberry. It's definitely not horseradish. It's definitely not barbecue. It's definitely not mint. There you go. Cranberry. Number 7. Rose hips are rich in which vitamin, or vitamin even? Rose hips are rich in which vitamin? Is it K? Is it B? Is it E? Or is it C? Is it rose hips are rich in which vitamin? A, vitamin K, B, vitamin B, C, vitamin E, or D, vitamin C? Try saying that when you've had a few beers. I think I know the answer. So what are rose hips rich in? Come on, answers here. Rob's quiz is fact. Spanish E, you're saying. So he's saying E. Yeah, very good. C, yeah, we've got C. Shut it, Spanish. Rich is saying C. Rhubarb is high in K. Jimmy's saying DC. He could be right there, actually. Jim, you could be right there. Oh, I see D. So it's C. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think you're right, Jim. I think it's vitamin C myself. Let's have a look. Let's go click on the. Is it K? No. Is it B? No. Is it E? There you go. It's C. Yeah. And Question 8, nearly getting near the end now. What plant is tequila made from? Oh, this is an interesting one. Agave, cactus, kumara, or Mexican poppy? Which plant is tequila made from? Agave, cactus, kumara, or Mexican poppy? A, B, C, or D? Amanda's saying B, cactus. Kendo's saying cactus. Mascara is saying agave. Paul is saying agave. Oh, we've got B. We've got B going on here as well. Cactus. Lops is saying B. Starfish Troopers is saying B, cocaine. Oh dear. Right, let's have a look then. Let's go to the answer. Is it A? It's agave. It was A. You got it all wrong, some of you. Well, some of you did. Question 9, the Nestle company first rose to fame for which product? Was it baby formula, chocolate chips, Milky Bars, or pet food? Nestle company first rose to fame with which product? Was it baby formula, chocolate chips, Milky Bars, or pet food? A, B, C, or D? The bastard Nestle company first rose to fame for which product? A, B, C, or D? Formula, chocolate chips, Milky Bars, or pet food? Let's have a look. Rich is saying A, baby formula. Starfish says D, pet food. Paula says, no. Pets. Spanish says pets. Miss Blue Sky says Milky Bar. Kendo saying C, Milky Bar. Lops is saying D. If it's wrong, I'm copying Pete. Right, okay then. Let's go back. Is it A, baby formula? It was baby formula. There we go. And last but not least, the egg dish known as frittata originated in which country? Was it France, Spain, Mexico, or Italy? I think I know the answer to this. The egg dish known as frittata originated in which country? Was it France, Spain, Mexico, or Italy? Last time now. Come on, folks, get your answers in. Is it France, Spain, Mexico, or Italy? Rich T is saying D, Italy. Kitty is saying B, Spain. And Pete is saying B. Spanish is saying B. There's a lot of B's going on. I'm going to go with the B's. Kendo saying C. I'm going to go with the B's. Let's have a look. Is it A, France? I think not. Is it D, Italy? I think not. Oh, it is! There we go. We got 53 points. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that. I didn't know. I thought a frittata came from Spain. I really did, because I make Spanish omelette, and people often say to me, "Oh, it's like a frittata." So there you go. Paula I make a nice spicy frittata. I just want to send my condolences to Jim. I'm sorry to hear that news, Jim, about the cat man. It's really sad news that she's disappeared. That's what cats tend to do, isn't it, when they've given up? Let's copy the StreamYard link and put it in the chat here. So if you want to join us for a live chat, myself and 9 other people, we have an after show chat. Please join us. Remember, I'm not on the show. Oh, let's paste it. I'm not on the show next week. It's first come, first serve who gets into the chat. I'm not on the show next week, so don't forget to watch Pete and Cookie on Monday and Wednesdays, and Thursday we've got Steve as well, haven't we? So I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. And remember, they may come as good as you, but they don't come any better. Hit the thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed the show. If you haven't, don't worry about it. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thanks again for watching. And if you're on replay, thanks for watching the replay. And if you've managed to watch the whole show, congratulations. And I'll see you really, really soon. Be careful in the sun and just enjoy the sun and try and not to get too heated and too irritated, okay? So again, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it. And don't forget Jimmy's show on Saturday at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. It's Jimmy on the Raconteurs News Show. I think he should be able to stream on YouTube, so he should be able to really promote that soon as well, very, very soon. So thank you very, very much, everyone, for the chats and for the interaction. I really appreciate it. Oh, cheers, James. James was in the chat. I love James. He never says anything. He doesn't want to say anything. So God bless everyone. And yeah, remember, they may come as good as you, but they don't come any better. Okay. Take care now. Oh, bye for now. Bye-bye.